Hey, my name's Caitlin and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made strawberry rhubarb jam. First, I started with cutting up the rhubarb just into equal sized pieces, not too big, not too small, and then I just put it into my measuring cup. I had about 4 cups. My husband had already cut up the strawberries for me, so they were already prepared. Then I wanted to measure how much rhubarb I had and how much strawberries I had. So I had a little bit less than 500 grams of rhubarb and a little bit more than 500 grams of strawberries. In total, I wanted around 1,000 grams. So this was totally fine. I ended up actually doubling the recipe, so I measured out another 1,000 grams of both strawberries and rhubarb. I put all of the fruit into a pot and I added this sugar that has some gelatin in it, stirred it up. I also put about 5 cups of just regular white sugar in the pot, and now I'm trying to get it nice and hot. I also put this pack of Gelfix in it as well. This is my first time making jam in Germany, so this was kind of an experiment. So I put both of these in, the sugar and the Gelfix. I find a lot of the homemade jam in Germany to be very loose and runny, and I prefer it to be a lot more jelly. So for 2,000 grams of fruit, I put in the gel fix pack, the sugar gelatin pack, 4 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 5 cups of sugar. I let all of that boil and really get boiling and hot. You want to let that cook for a few minutes until a foam starts to form on the top of the berries. And then once that does, give it a little bit of a stir, and then you're going to grab a spoon and you are going to start taking a little bit of that foam out. Getting rid of the foam just helps make your jam nice and clear and not cloudy, and it also helps the texture of the jam. So I'm just taking my spoon and I'm getting rid of a lot of the foam. It's easy to go along the sides of the pot and just barely put your spoon in and drag it across the top. So after about a minute or two of scraping all of the foam out, you'll get a nice clear jam with barely any foam on top. Now turn off your jam and carefully start pouring them into your hot jars, making sure to not make too much of a mess so that you do not have so much to clean up after. Because ideally you want your jars to seal afterwards so that you can have them on the shelf for a long time. Usually I would do this with a funnel so that I don't have to clean up very much at all, and the funnel would also give me a guide as to how full I should be filling them. You want to make sure that your jars are very clean and warm when you go to fill them up. So I like to keep them on a baking tray in the oven. This way it helps prevent breakage from thermal shock when the hot jam is added. The lids should also be very warm, and I like to keep them in a pot with hot water on the stove so that they're ready and hot when I'm ready to put them on. Once they're all full, I'm just going around and making sure the lids are nice and tight. This helps make sure that they seal properly. I have one jar that wasn't quite full, which is totally fine because I'll just use that jar right away and I'll put that one in the fridge. The jam looks great so far. The fruit isn't rising to the top or anything like that, so it means it was cooked properly. And hopefully the pectin will set and the jam will be nice and jelly and not too runny. So now I'm just checking the seal on the jars. This one popped down right away, which is a great sign. That means that it was done properly, and now I can have that on the shelf for a long time. So essentially we want this bubble to go away so that you can't bounce the lid anymore. One of the jars popped while I was out of the kitchen, and now that I'm back, that one popped. So it was just this one left to seal. It was the first one that I had filled, so it really should have popped by now. And then I realized that there were some dents on the side of the lid, and I'm pretty sure that's what caused the jam not to seal properly, because essentially the seal was broken in. So this is my jam the next day after it had cooled down, and it turned out really well. Nice and jelly, not too runny, and it tastes absolutely delicious. If you have any questions or make some jam of your own, please let me know down in the comments. Also, if you liked this video, please like and subscribe. I hope to make lots of videos on what I'm up to and making in the future. See you next time. Bye.